They played better than us. We happened to play 2 games in one day, and it was not a good day for us, and it was a very good day for them. And maybe we spoke that into or maybe I spoke that into existence. You get tired of hearing, negative things about a good program, and like I told you guys, good coaching staff and good players. So they beat us today in pretty much about every facet. Although you could take the time to analyze poor decisions, maybe a mistake at bat, or this could have been better base running or pitching, but it's really simple at the end of the day. They played better than we did.
What do you hope they learn from this weekend and carry forward?
Know how to approach a doubleheader, know how to approach an entire series, know how to write your own narrative and not listen to, with all due respect, you guys, a hard-working group in here, but you guys aren't in the dugout, you guys aren't playing, you guys don't know the rosters as well, nor do the fans. So you got to write your own narrative. And then the other thing is we got talent, but we damn sure don't have, again, we know the rosters. We don't have the best roster in the country. That's not even close. But what we've had this year is a good group of guys, defensively, pitching-wise, hitting, all complement each other a little bit, and we've had a little bit of grit to us, and we've had some other intangibles like team chemistry that have helped elevate our play a little bit. But we can't show up and rely on what's on paper.
Well, instead you felt like guys had some swings trying to do too much. Did you see the same thing?
Yeah, a little bit, but it's, again, it's easy to, should have used guys in different orders as far as pitching goes. It's easy to highlight stuff like that after the fact when the scoreboard says what it does. But yeah, their guys stayed to the ball better. Their guys took calmer swings. Their guys backspun more balls, but the flow of the game is one thing. If anything, we could have done a better job against Lampkin. I think the best guy they got down there, the best guy I think they got is the guy who finished the first game. So you got to do a better job against Lampkin if you want to have a chance to win. So if anything, maybe the at-bats could have been better in that situation. But when the game's messy like that, it's hard to say a guy's doing something wrong or not.
Knowing bad days happen sometimes, did you need to address anything out there? Is it just kind of like a snap and clear mentality?
No, I think there was a little bit of a funk in the air, whatever it was, whether it's a hangover from last night. I don't have anything that would sense that. Again, I would say, I said rope-a-dope. I don't think they know what that was that Muhammad Ali used, but, I don't think anyone disrespected those guys, but again, the nonsense of are they capable of doing anything, or are they good or not? All you got to do is look at the first 3 guys in the lineup is what I told the team. But I don't think all that was the case. Just we didn't play very well. Nate Snead's a pretty reliable guy. He just didn't have a great day. Teagan and Krenzel have been applauded for how well they've done. Didn't have a great day. And you could complain about a few breaks, ball hits off Krenzel's spike and ball goes in Ensley's glove and then something happens. But you got to take advantage of those if you're going to win, and they took full advantage of what opportunities they had.
Tony, when one day is, at least from a result standpoint, so different from what most of the season's been, is it hard as a coach to try to make too much of it, or you try to just say that was so different that it's just leave it there?
Well, I don't think you want to leave it there. Otherwise, it's maybe time to go to Mexico and retire a little bit, or find a different sport to play. But I do think you got to put things into perspective. And so the things I think you can take from perspective is, again, how do you approach a doubleheader? If you are able to get a shutout the night before, how do you approach the next day? And what do you do when it's not going well as an individual or as a team? So it's a constant deal. This is a game more than any, maybe golf, people talk about that. I don't know anything about that, but it's like Rubik's Cube, man. You gotta constantly kind of be moving things around, and you ain't ever gonna get all the panels on the same side, so you might as well just keep trying to evolve and keep trying to figure things out. So there's a lot of information from today to process. But yeah, you do have to have perspective. You can't go home and, bang your head up against the wall. You gotta see where we're at with this season, and then hope that we're more determined than ever this week, and we make it a good week, because it will be a tough week, and the week after that will be tough too.
Was there any theme with what went wrong for the pitching staff today, or was it just Texas A&M having good at-bats and putting bats?
Good at-bats. It sounded like a lot of pitches middle. I know fans were complaining about the umpires. We complain. The thing I went out there had nothing to do with balls or strikes, but by the time the game is over, this is what I'll say, they're all going to end up with about the same score, and they're good scores. So the zone is fine. I think if there was complaining about where our pitchers were locating pitches, it would be middle. So, but we always want our guys to attack the strike zone, and we'd rather have them do that than err on the side of missing off the plate. But again, when we were in the middle of the plate, they made us pay. So there's a lot to say was bad for us, and we need to do a better job, and we need to, like I said, be more determined. But there's also a lot to, I guess, tip your cap. I don't want to do that, but you know what I mean.
One or two more.
What does this team need to be prepared for more doubleheaders like we're seeing?
It's different. It's different. I mean, it's baseball. We did it in the fall. They were technically doubleheaders. It's kind of a different deal. But I would say the biggest thing is game 2 should be pretty similar to what a game 2 is. I'm talking about today. And then, in between, it matters. If you play junior college baseball, there's a ton of doubleheaders. And more times than not, game 2 is affected by game 1. And I don't know, again, maybe if a ball gets called a catch, or, I mean, I doubt it, but, you're supposed to have 45 minutes turned into an hour for whatever reason, and then the game starts. You better have a good mindset based off of what the first game was. And the way our guys should have responded after the first game was, again, be more determined to get after it and have a little grit to them. And it seemed a little casual the first couple innings. If there's any one complaint, again, to me, we just got man-to-man, they beat us. But if there's any one complaint, it was a little casual the first couple innings of game 2, in particular for following a loss.
What are the things about this? What are the things about this team that makes you confident this doesn't linger and they're able to leave it on
I
today?
think there's a variety of leadership from guys. Guys do it in different ways, and you hear it. I mean, it's not just vocal, but you hear it, and overall it's pretty good. Some of it can be dumb, or something you would maybe do different if you were the coach. But I think there's good leadership, and there's a bunch of guys when they're kind of pushed and challenged, the best in them comes out. And then also, it's a young team, and that's not an excuse, but it's a young team around each other. We're still, growing, I think, as a total group, but there's young players within that team, and some guys got their first SEC action. So as they pile up reps, I think they'll get better.
Thanks, guys. Everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.